District Trade Union Council, which has been solid on the side of the Palestinians for years. We are affiliated to the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, and any trade union leader who backs away from the fight or tries to shilly-shally, shame on them. This is a fight for the trade union movement and the working class as a whole, and in Hastings we are with the Palestinians. I think one of the things worth thinking through here is the scale of the movement that we are part of. It's estimated that something like 2 to 2.5 million people in this country have been on the streets protesting against the genocide in Gaza. This has been going on for 6 months, a sustained mass movement, probably the biggest mass movement for decades in this country. And that is having a huge impact in Palestine and in the wider Arab world. Why? Because Britain is the land of Lord Balfour. Britain is the country that enabled the Zionist settler occupation and the creation of the State of Israel in the first place, and millions of people across the Arab world know this and know the role of Britain. This is the country that preaches human rights and democracy to the world, but backs up the racist apartheid state of Israel 100%. So when we march and we protest, we are saying, not in our name. And this is important, because let no one say that marches and protests don't actually work. Does anybody here remember the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman? She wanted to ban us from marching. She called them hate marches. She called for a ban on us flying the Palestinian flag and a ban on our slogan, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Well, we're still marching, we're still chanting, we're still flying the flag, and Suella Braverman has gone. And that's significant, because in other European countries, marches and protests have been banned, especially in France and in Germany. Yesterday in Germany, in Berlin, there was a conference called, academic conference really, called to support the movement and the people of Palestine. Yesterday morning, 900 German police officers were mobilized to invade the conference center, and the conference lasted 15 minutes before the police shut down all the info, all the high-tech, all the Zoom and all the rest of it. But Dr. Hassan Abu Sita, who is a famous surgeon operating in Gaza, recently elected as the rector of Glasgow University by the students of Glasgow University. He got 80% of the vote. Yesterday morning, he was denied entry to Germany by the German state. This is the kind of crackdown that is happening in some parts of the world. In Germany, an anti-Zionist Jewish group who've been campaigning in support of Palestine last week had their bank account closed down by the German banks. This is a serious problem, obviously, in Germany and places like France, and this is what Suella Braverman, the Tory right and the Zionists would like to happen here. And the only way we're going to fend off that kind of attack and the people getting arrested on protests is if we keep the mass movement going. We cannot rely on the courts, we cannot rely on the media, obviously, we cannot rely on the Labour Party, very obviously. Keir Starmer has given the green light for the genocide. He is part of the problem. We need to keep our movement on the streets and in the workplaces and in the colleges active, as people have been talking about the various things we can do, like boycott, divestment and sanctions. We also need clarity, I think, immediately, just to remind ourselves about two key arguments that are now being used by the government, by the Labour Party and by the media. They are looking at the prospect of a wider war breaking out at any time between Israel and other states, especially Iran. It's looking increasingly likely. And the politicians and the media, if you listen to Radio 4 now, on a daily basis, they're already starting to rehearse the argument again. Israel has a right to defend itself, they say. This is utter nonsense. Israel has oppressed and occupied Palestine for 75 years. It is the aggressor. It is not defending itself, it is the aggressor. Israel, in the last few months, actually years, but heavily in the last few months, has been attacking and assassinating targets in Lebanon and Iran and in Syria. Last week, they bombed the Iranian embassy in Damascus. Israel is the aggressor. So when they talk about Israel has a right to defend itself, they're lying. They're trying to justify support by the Americans and the British for the Israelis at all costs. And it's important we take on that argument and remember the argument. And the second one they're going to use again and again and again is that criticism of Israel and the ideology of Zionism is anti-Semitic. What utter nonsense! We oppose the state of Israel, which is a settler colonial state implementing racist policies of apartheid and ethnic cleansing. And until there is justice for the Palestinians, there will be no peace. There cannot be peace until there is justice for the Palestinians and that they're satisfied with whatever comes out of the struggles ahead. So our movement's important. In Hastings next Saturday, April the 20th, head to Sainsbury's, 12 noon. We're going to defend our comrades who've been arrested because Sainsbury's don't like the way their hummus is being treated. We've got to go to Sainsbury's, 12 o'clock, next Saturday, April the 20th. On April the 27th, there's going to be another, the 12th national demonstration in support of Palestine. And every time there's a national demonstration, the media go, it's going downhill, it's coming to an end. We've got to keep showing them that we're not going away. Everybody here should be mobilising for Saturday, April the 27th, to make another monster demonstration in London. And on May the 1st, International Workers' Day, Hastings and District Trades Council is having a march. We're inviting everybody to come along. Our main slogan is Freedom for Palestine, Wednesday, May the 1st, starting at 5:30 at Cornwallis Gardens. Let's be clear, I'll end on this. The Arab world is watching us, and our rulers are worried, which is why they keep talking about opening up humanitarian corridors. They don't care about the Palestinians, they've never cared about the Palestinians, but they're worried about the reaction to what is going on with the genocide of Israel. The Arab world is watching, our rulers are worried. Let's keep the movement going on the streets, in the workplaces and the colleges. Palestine lives, Palestine fights, Palestine can win. Cheers.